Hello fellas and welcome back to Factorio. We are on episode 19 and today we're going to do, I believe, we're going to try and get two things done. See, what we want, this is about full, this is sulfuric acid, so this will stop all this level from working, that's fine. And this is about half full, so we may need another one, but this is filling up nicely. And this one's about averaged out, but we're low on petroleum gas now, see this is making quite a bit, so what we really need to do is to increase the output of our so we've got quite a lot of oil left. We've got like 1.3k in each, so we've got a load of oil left. It's just not being made into this. It's sort of slowing down because of this lot. So what we need to do is we need to essentially, well, in fact we need some more of those, so let's just grab a few more of those. Oh, I need some steel first. Quickly grab some steel. Rip it from the belt. A bit of iron as well. 3 for now. That should do. Let's just stick these in. There. Remove that one. There. Now then, since this has changed, it's got to be put elsewhere, so let's just well, that's the point is doing it like that, isn't it? So let's do it like that. That's just a basic quick one. Oh, that one. There we go. Now it's leveled out, we've got some more space, that helps. So now this should be a bit more. Why are these ones stopped again? These are constantly stopping, and I have no idea. This one, especially this one. I don't know why it stops. It shouldn't do. Oh, I see. Ah, that's why this one stops. So what we want this to attach to the red there. We can't do it there. So let's just do right. So I can go like that, and what we'll have to do is we'll have to do it like that. We can't walk through there, but now this is actually working, so we'll get a bit more. It's all about troubleshooting, really, especially with this game. So now we should get a little bit more of that coming through. Hopefully the oil's going to come through as well. But this should stop very soon. But what we want to get plastic on, and we'll do that basically the same way as you would with anything else. So let's just remove that light for now. 1, 2, 3. Quick and easy there. Then this is plastic. Copy. Paste. Oh no. Is it? There. Paste. Yep. There we go. It just needs the petroleum gas, which is here, and it needs to send to that. So what I'm going to do actually, while we wait, I'm going to take these off just so we're not wasting any stuff. So we're not wasting all our gas on stuff we can't really afford to waste at the moment. See, that will now fill up this end. We might need a few more of those, but I'll put them on offline. But we've got this. It's basically the same as everything else, but we need to put the belt in the middle with coal. So, yeah, basically the same as beforehand. Missed. And then pipe work. Once the pipe's in, and you need that to go along there. No, that's as far as it needs to go. And then there. Oh, get off the belt. And there. And that's basically all you need for that. What we need to do is get the coal from over here. So let's find a decent way we can move it along. See, that's too much of a distance to go over there. It won't reach. It can. we'll have to move the light. We can actually do it like that. That helps quite a lot. We'll have to put the light somewhere like there, which is fine. Next bit, we need to bring this around. Yep, that'll work. So I could go there and straight into that, and that'll come out the other side. And then we can pretty much just drag this down here into there. And that's plastic done. That's plastic pretty much set up and done. Let's get some electric cables down. There. No, that can't quite go there, can it? It's got to go there. So we want to. They're not being powered at the moment, but I'm not so bothered because we need to have an output first. We probably will need a bit more of the plastic, so we'll come back to that later. And that'll do that. And then we want to do essentially what we've done with this one is balance it again how you normally would. So let's get that on. It's simple done. Oops. Rotate. There we go. Like that. And what we'll do, we'll drag these down to down here later on and join them up. And then we've got this basis thing done. And that's plastics done. They're done within 5 minutes. So now what we want is to put that there and there. It won't turn anything on because it's not connected to the petroleum gas, which we're going to do that right now. So let's get that on. Straight there and straight down there. Nope, that one. Done. Now the petroleum gas is going in, and now we have plastics. Now this is going to be a very useful commodity. You'll be using quite a lot of this. You'll be surprised how much you do use. Plastic is quite a... You'll use a lot more plastic than you will sulfuric acid, because that basically, I think that goes into batteries, and that's mostly it. It goes into a couple of things, but it's mostly for batteries. Plastics goes into all sorts. It goes into, I think, a few bits with robots. There's all sorts it goes into. Let's try and find a couple that you need. Plastic for them. All these advanced circuits, they require plastic. They require plastic for those. And red circuits, you'll need a load of those. Sulfuric acid only really goes for these. It might go for a couple other things, but not a lot. But you'll need more plastic than you will sulfuric acid. But enough of that. We've got that on. So what we want to do now is we want to essentially limit what we're doing. But we need... I want to get essentially these three on. The reason why I want these three on is it's a reason for something to work and not work while something's full. So we let's grab some more of those things. Let's do just 3 for now. That'll take a little bit of time. And what I want to do, I want to essentially make it so that when certain ones of these have a certain limit, it will force them to make another product so they don't end up full. If you get what I'm meaning. So give me a second to sort of get everything ready, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, fellas, we're back again. What I've essentially tried to figure out myself is what we need to do is we need to essentially limit what's being used and where it's being used for. Because what we've got here, we have essentially solid fuel. We have 3 types here. We've got the petroleum gas, light oil, then heavy oil. Basically, what we want to do, we want to essentially make it so that when these essentially get full, these will then turn on. So what we want to do, these, as you remember, these hold the 2,500 each, 2,500 units. So altogether, that's the 15,000 units in all 6 of these. But we want to ensure we don't want to just keep constantly making these. 1, because we don't have storage for them, and 2, because we'll need it for things like plastic and things like plastic and sulfuric acid. So we want essentially this to be working only when it's like really full. So what we need to do is we need to essentially get this to do the same. So I've linked them up. You can see the red wire hanging down around the top. So that essentially counts the lot. So we need to go to here. Let's go to oil, liquids. So when essentially petroleum gas, this will essentially enable this. It'll work. This is when it will turn on. So it will turn on when that is more. Then we can't do it when it's bang on full, because it will only be on for a second. So we want to sort of set this to it so it's somewhere on the lines of 12,500. So that's essentially a decent way. So this now shouldn't take anything out. So I can plug this back in. It'll make them, and then as soon as it gets to about 100, it will stop. And I want to essentially do the copy and paste this to all of these, like that. All I need to do is just change that to light oil, and this one to heavy oil. And that'll essentially make sure these only work at the when we want them to. Let's see him. Not quite reaching. There, and that'll do it. There. We've got there on now. So these now, they won't work now. So this one might work soon, but it's not quite full enough. But so when it actually gets to full, this one will start cranking out. In fact, it is doing. It's cranking it out, but it won't physically drop them out and store them for later until it gets to essentially the right. Because this will stop at 100, so same as this one. Is that one going? Yeah, that one's going as well. So they'll stop at 100. But what we want to do, we don't want to limit what we've got here. So when this is full, we can also say, right, this is full, then we need to use it elsewhere. But I might actually put another one there. We might need a bit more, so let's get a second one of those. That'll level that out. We kind of want to do sort of a similar thing to this. So when essentially it's getting low, we want to sort of swap between these of what these two are doing. Unfortunately, you can't actually attach it to these, but you can attach it to what's known as a power switch, and that'll essentially turn things on and off, depending on what the network says. But if you're using things like inserters, it makes no difference. But these you can't really attach these to them. So you click and nothing happens. But if you click on these, you get them. So it's a bit annoying, really. But let's just turn this back on, actually. But we want to there. We want to essentially stop this working when we're really low, because otherwise we're just going to run out completely. To be honest, we do need more. We need more oil, because our oil's about gone as well. But that's a basic small element of what you get. There's a lot more differences as well. You've got things like you can set things to turn on and off when something else happens, and you actually have things like these arithmetic calculators, and these will essentially add and take away and subtract and divide and times and do things more than and less than other certain things, and you can use them to make massively elaborate circuits on some of them. Some ones make a Tetris tables on it, so God knows what else you can make with them, but they are quite elaborate. If you've got these, you can do virtually anything in the game. But what we're doing at the moment, it's not really required so much. Constant combinators essentially just store information for you to use. But this is essentially getting full now, so these are gonna stop pumping out now. Yeah, there we go. These have stopped now, and this will fill up there, and it'll stop again. Yep, and finished. And that's a basic small thing on this. We want it to essentially stop this working when we're thinking, but what we need more oil mostly. That's what we really need, oil, because we do need a lot. But now we have plastics, that's going to help a lot because we can get the some red circuits on and some batteries on to get us some new research, which is what we're going to aim for next. And that's the blue research, which is there. They take in batteries and advanced circuits. Yeah, quick look at the research as well. Now, I have done a lot of other research as well. What you want, we've got a couple of things we need to do. We've got electric distribution. That essentially gives you a substation, which is essentially a very it supplies a 14 by 14 area to essentially what you get. It's essentially a big, huge box. That box there, it will do a 14 by 14, but it is a 4 by 4 take-up space as well. But so if you need like large areas, they're pretty decent to do. Construction robotics is one we want to get on quite shortly, and we want logistics networks shortly as well. And we get different ones here and there. They're for later on. I'll explain them later. Laboratories speeded up again, and then we get the increased capacity bonus for these inserters. We can't use them yet because we still can't get the third type, well, the fourth and fifth type of the inserters, the stack inserters yet. So this is a bit redundant at the moment, so there's no point doing that. But this is essentially one we want to get on first. We want to get this one on so we can get, because this will actually give us, we'll just be able to crack the oil, and we'll be able to make more of the ones we need to as well. We'll make more petroleum gas, which is what we want. So we want to get this one on as soon as physically possible. But to do that, we need a red circuits made, and we need to get the batteries made, which are there. Now, see what we want also. So we need to get them on, but we need some space as well. So we want to get rid of all this area. All this area, it needs to go. And I can't bother to chop it all down or blow it with grenades. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use flamethrowers stuff. Now, I can automatically get a flamethrower. It's just there. But what we need is these, which is heavy oil and it needs heavy oil and light oil and iron. And that will make those. So let's get that on. So we need it's made in one of those them. So let's get this on now. It shouldn't be too difficult of a thing for us to do. We could probably just about get this done here, really. Yes, that's about. Yeah, I think that's probably a good a place as any as we could physically get. So let's get that on. Right. We don't want too much of it. Right. Let's just paste that there, and we want to come on in this side. Let's just rotate actually, and move it along. Right. If we need the lubricant, we'll send it this way. And what we need to do here, we need to get the we want two things happening. We want the oil going in this side. So let's get this on. Right, let's just figure out which one goes where first. We want that. So the heavy oil on this side, light oil on this side. That's good because it helps us, because we could just literally take it like that. There. Like that. And that's the heavy oil in this side. That's basically done there. And we need the light oil to come through. Now, I've not really done any of this, so we need to move this down. So let's get that on. Send that straight to there for now. And we need an underground belt for those, so it can come through into the storage. Now we need to send that all the way down to this end. We can't send it to there. Well, we could. Let's have a go. See what we can get. How far it'll go. That'll go to there, which is it's a little bit off. Let's just move it forward one. There we go, and we could just do it that way, and that will work. Let's just there and there. And that's now the light oil. That's now making them... Oh, no, it's not. We need iron. And that's just here. Let's just get this on. Now, I'm not going to attach it right this very second. So this... Oh, bloody belts. So this can go straight up here. How far does it need to go? To there. Like that. Oh, I'm just gone out of belts, which is... Oh no, I need one more, don't I? Which is always very typical, you need one belt. Let's go grab some quickly. Up here. And boom. There we go. That'll come up here, and we've essentially got our iron now. And that can go on there. So what we need to do there, that needs powering for starters. That'll do. That's now making... Is it? No. Wait. Oh, no. Now it's making it. There we go. We're now getting flamethrower ammo. So let's get a flamethrower. Boop. We have our flamethrower. It's in... Oh, it's not. It's being made still. Right. What we want to package these up as well. I'm not sure how many I'll need, but I'm just going to keep a basic iron chest at the end for now. And I'm going to limit it to 1 stack, because I don't know how much. I think they're stacked to 50, but I'd rather make sure and do that. So let's just grab those 4 for now. Right. In fact, we won't need a lot of this, so it is quite dark, so this is going to cause a lot of havoc, and it may even burn up. In fact, let's just do this small one first, because it's out of the way and it's not going to hurt anybody, but it's going to cause a lot of pollution, so we might get attacked quite a bit. So, you ready? And there's the flamethrower, and that's going to set the entire forest on fire. But that was 4 full fuel things, but that's 4 is not so bad, but it has burnt away this small section, and the fire does spread. And this is a new graphic. They never used to have really like fire beforehand, but we've literally burnt away half this tree. Look. Oh, this tree's not quite died yet. It is now. Well, this is, as you said, the fire physically spreads around the place, so it's not like massively effective, but it does help. But if we look at the map, we go to sort of here. You can't really tell at the moment, but this will be making a lot of pollution. That's what probably some of this pollution is from. It's from this, and we'll probably get attacked by these very soon. Right, let's see. Look, this has burnt down this entire area here. Most of this forest is now gone, but you can see all this black smoke. That's a hell of a lot of pollution. If you look at the map, it's gone all over, right round the water of Australia, the Australia lake. But look how much forest that's took care of. And it's not took too long to do either. But although that's quite useful, let's see. Let's go and grab some more. Up here. That's filled a whole stack, a stack of 50. So what I'm going to, yeah, if they stack to 50, I'll keep it at that for now. But so prepare for a little bit of a power cut, but let's burn down this entire bit here. I'm going to start at this end. Might have a power cut down this bottom half because of all this cabling. It may very well burn through that. In fact, I'm almost certain it will, but let's burn down this bit. Oh, saving. Get out of the forest. And it goes to where you're pointing. This is going to set the entire area on fire, and it will burn down, I'm hoping, the entire forest. But you do move quite slow when you're using it, which I suppose is a little bit of a downside, but then again, you don't want to be running around with a giant flamethrower, do you? So get a nice zoom in of it. Come on, burn this forest down. I don't want it there. This is going to cause a hell of a lot of problems for the guys. Yeah, they're not going to like it. But screw the consequences. I need space. I'm expanding and I want it. And apparently this does take out the spitters and biters very well. And apparently it does give them quite a lot of damage because you don't get the essentially fire resistance. So see, look at this forest. Look at that. That is a hell of a lot of pollution. Let's see what we can get on the map. We've got all this like not so bad at the moment, but there's a lot of pollution there. Look at that lot. And you do set on fire, it does hurt. But this forest is now virtually gone, and that's took us. I could probably use a bit more actually. Get rid of this bit here. Oh yeah. I don't know how far this is going to spread. It might go through here. Ow, too close. Yeah. Walk through the smog. But look at all that. That's burnt down most of this entire forest, and I want actually a bit more of it gone. Get rid of the residue. Don't want any of this. Oh, it can go. There we go. Burn down the rest. Ow. Too close. But yeah, look at all that forest gone in a couple minutes. If I'd have chopped that down, that'd have taken hours and hours and hours. See, I'm not sure if some of them have like a more durability than some others. But certain trees will set on fire. So that one's on fire, I think. Yeah, some trees will only go to a burnt state, which I think is probably the ones that have stuck there. But as you could see, it did as I suggested it probably would. And it's burnt down our cables, which I thought it would do, but no matter. We can put some more down now. There. Put down some new cabling. Yeah. There we go. That's brought power back down to this bottom half. But yeah, so I'll get this lot moved out of the way, which will be nice and dandy. I'll have a nice big giant new lot of area, and I'll come back when we've got that done. Yeah, we'll probably do that in the next episode. Really, we want to utilise these explosives for rocket launchers. In fact, I might do that now because these are essentially pretty much done. These won't take too long. They just basically go straight in. What do they require? Iron and electronic. Well, they could go just pretty much here. Actually, they could go there. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna move this to a different area. Let's just do that for now. Let's just balance it this way. There. Go like that. That's now making it. I don't bother about it making it too quickly, but that could go there. That will be making rockets. So that's got them. Then I'll make a splitter thing there, and we can have them come out there. Again, I don't need a big chest of those. I'll limit that to 1 stack. But I need this to come along further, so let's just do that. Do that way. Do boop. Do like that. There we go. That's the wrong way. And let's just get this powered. Boom. Let's just make a rocket launcher. See, these were in the previous game, but they weren't that brilliant, if I say so myself. Where's that gone? There it is. Let's just swap it out for... Yes, I know it can't shoot flamethrower. I was expecting you to take it out. Rocket launcher. And let's grab a couple rockets. Let's see what these can do. These can go a decent distance. I'm telling you. So you need to... These need to be physically targeting something like a... like maybe one of these. But what can I target that I don't mind blowing up? Yeah, we'll do the light for now. So if you're on target, see, that's just done a basic light, but it's you don't really get the full effect. You want to know you want to do it on the actual physically enemies, so you can know what's what and everything. But we'll leave them to do what they need to, and we'll get on. I'll get rid of this lot. Yeah, you can't really tell what they're doing. They're not a brilliant commodity, but they do 60 explosion damage. So I think these are mostly used for things like the spawners and things like that. That's probably what they're best for. But we'll leave the episode there. We've got 2 new forms of the weaponry that we can use, and we've got some new area, and we now have plastics on the go as well. So we'll get the red ones on next episode, and the one after that we'll probably get the batteries on, and then after that we'll probably get we'll get the blue science. So see you in the next episode, fellas. Bye.